Hello everyone and welcome. It's Coffee with Ceri.
Hi guys, coffee time again. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, grab yourself a seat, maybe a chocolate biscuit, you know. If you're new to this playlist or Coffee with Ceri, this is just me. Layman's terms, I choose a subject, I talk on it, basing my opinions on basically what I've experienced or social media, television, video, film, newspapers, magazines, whatever. I'm not an expert in it. I'm not here to upset anyone. I'm not here to cause angst in any way. And if it's a subject you're not happy about talking about, then please just stop watching and choose another video. I've got hundreds of them by now. Today's subject is a quiet place. Now, in this world nowadays, we are so full of hustle and bustle. We are very, very rarely out of communication with each other via the internet or mobile phones or devices, or just everything is such hustle and bustle. And I think we are so busy nowadays that we forget we need to recharge our own batteries. We need to power ourselves up because we do burn out. I mean, I burn out. I'm a terrible workaholic. I mean, my friends joke and go, "Which year did you last have a holiday?" I mean, for example, okay, last year, 2021, I went away for a week's holiday with some friends in a cottage in the Cotswolds. That was the first vacation or holiday, whichever language you want to call it, that I'd taken in 7 years. That's unhealthy. That's not good. And I felt, and sometimes still feel, I'm a very big hamster in a very big hamster wheel. I am continually on the go of my own choosing. I'm not forced to do this. I have a passion and a drive, and I'm always on to the next thing. I'm always wanting to do things quickly. I'm always going and going and going and going. And I'm not good at stopping. If I sit down, I'm usually thinking about what's next. I'm very, as my friends would say, you've got ants in your pants. I can't sit still for long. I've got to be doing something else. I do have some solace in reading. Usually I will read for like 20 minutes, half an hour before I go to bed at night. And the experts say you shouldn't read before you go to bed. I actually find it helps me because the process of reading, and I read on a Kindle. I no longer read real books because I travel a lot and I don't want to actually carry real books around with me. Also, I like to think that by not buying a physical book, I'm not killing a tree somewhere. But that's just my personal view. I find the process of reading distracts me from what's going on in life. And I usually find, before now, I've been lying in bed reading and I've ended up smacking myself in the face with my Kindle because I've fallen asleep while I'm reading. So for me, it calms me down. It gets me into the right headspace. However, that's sort of the only thing. Other than that, I will wake up anything from 5, 6 or 7 in the morning, and I will keep going till 7, 8 at night, and I will grab food along the way. I'm fueled by coffee, and it's not incredibly healthy, but I do try, and this is something the subject I'm talking about. I do try to take quiet moments. Now, I'm not saying let's all go and find a Zen garden and sit down and meditate for half an hour. That's just not even practical in my world. However, I will say I'll go down to the kitchen. I'll make myself a cup of tea. Sometimes it's tea, usually it's coffee, and I'll walk out into my garden, which is only a little garden. There's just some plants in it. It's not it's not the Royal Horticultural Society out there, but there's some greenery out there, and we've got the bird table out there, and there's a bench out there, and I will sometimes just go and stand outside and drink my cup of tea and just look around me and just breathe. That's what I mean about a quiet place or quiet time. Sometimes it's just taking a moment to go, it's okay to stop and just breathe. Sometimes I'll I'll just look at pictures on Pinterest or something, not trying to research, but just trying to distract myself from the busyness of life. It's sometimes good just to close your eyes. I mean, I know that if I have to go to London, if I go to London and I'm on the underground or the tube, sometimes I'll sit there and I know that I'm not getting off the tube for a couple of stops. I'll just close my eyes. I've not gone to sleep. I'm just closing my eyes and just stopping the visual noise that I've got in front of me. If like I work quite often in the north of England for another company. I go and film tutorials for them, and when I stay there, I stay at a hotel that's actually near a small beach, and I'll get up a little bit earlier in the morning and I will walk down to the beach and I'll maybe just stand on the shore and listen to the waves crash for 20 minutes. I think it's really important to find the downtime for ourselves. It's really important to just go, okay, I need to acknowledge that my batteries are burning out. I just need to stop for a second. And I know that's not always easy. I mean, if you're a mother or a father of 2 or 3 little ones and they're constantly running around, this one needs the doctor, this one needs homework done, this one needs to go play with his friends, this one needs to go to school, this one's got homework to be done. And then the husband or the partner or the wife comes home from work and they need your attention. These things just draw and pull and drain us all of the time. It doesn't take much to go, I need 5 minutes. That's all I need, is just find a way of finding somewhere of going, right, I just need 5 minutes. And I know you're probably going to think this is probably just a little bit gross, but the bathroom. There are sometimes I'm just going to shut the door in the bathroom and be in there for 5 minutes because I know it's highly unlikely someone's going to disturb me when I'm in the bathroom. I can just have 5 minutes where I just breathe before I have to re-enter the world. And I think a lot of us do not appreciate that just having 2 or 3 minutes sometimes is just enough to fuel ourselves up, to collect our thoughts, to re-enter the world at the breakneck speed that we all seem to be hurtling through it. How many of you work for companies or in offices or do jobs? And how often, I mean, in this country, there are regulations about lunch breaks and coffee breaks. You have to have, I'm going to get this wrong, aren't I? I think if you work for more than 3 hours, it might be 4 hours, you are entitled to a 15-minute break. If you're working 8 hours, you are entitled to 30 minutes break within your 8-hour shift. Yes, that's how it goes. 4 hours is 15 minutes, 8 hours is 30 minutes. Okay, so normally the working day is 8 hours long, and you have half an hour within that day to maybe take a lunch break or 2 coffee breaks. I mean, there's a structure in place anyway. But how many of us do we take a packed lunch and we have it while we're working and work straight through our lunch because we think we'd be more productive? Actually, you might be more productive if you took that packed lunch, went outside and sat on a wall or sat in a green space or just sat in reception, ate your sandwich, had a cup of coffee, and then came back in refreshed. We are so willing to sacrifice our 5 minutes for the greater good, and actually the greater good doesn't do us any good. So take a time out, guys. Take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes if you can fit it in there. Just take a breather. Just walk away from the desk. Walk away from the hubbub that is life. If you live in a tower block, or work in a skyscraper, go and get the elevator and ride the elevator up and ride the elevator down again, just to get yourself away from where you are. If you're lucky enough to have a staff room or a park or a green space, a reception that's calm, just go and sit for a few minutes away from where the hubbub is happening. It will help you refuel the batteries. And I know that's not always possible for everybody. Maybe you've got a big family. Maybe the only time you get a few minutes to yourself is just before you go to bed at night. Then maybe that's right. Maybe when you get ready for bed, don't naturally just get into bed and throw the blankets over you. Maybe just sit for a few seconds in bed and go, right, just let the day wash away from you. Think about what have you achieved that day. Look at the good points. Think about what you're grateful for. Think about the blessings in your life if you want. Think about what will I do tomorrow, or what shall I wear in the morning. Try to find images. Remember the latest movie you've seen, or the latest TV show you did, or just focus on your favorite color. Just find a way to give yourself a downtime. Take a 5 minute out if you can, and I know that's not always possible. The world is very demanding of us. Turn the phone off, turn the iPad off for 5 minutes, turn the computer off, walk away from the desk. Seriously, try to refuel your batteries once a day. You can do it more than once a day, absolutely fierce. It could be the walk to the train station where it's just your own private time. Maybe it's the drive to the office if you can just get into the headspace that forget about the road rage, forget about the traffic jam. Just try to be calm. Put some music on. It's important to us, guys, for your own mental health. Just take a time out. I try to do it, and believe me, if I can do it, I'm sure you can. And it really does help. It refreshes the battery. It refreshes your creativity. It refreshes your view of what you are doing. So have a good one, guys. Take that 5 minutes out, even if it is a chocolate biscuit. So have a good one, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye now.